The sun was setting behind the rolling hills, casting a golden hue over the village of Makhanda. This small African village was known for its close-knit community and rich traditions. Among the villagers was Nia, a beautiful and strong-willed woman in her early 30s. She was married to Kofi, a respected man in the village, known for his charm and good looks. Nia and Kofi had been married for 10 years, and together they had 2 children, Amani and Kesia. Nia's life seemed perfect on the surface. She had a loving husband, beautiful children, and a best friend named Zara who had been by her side since childhood. Zara was more than a friend to Nia. She was like a sister. They shared everything, from their deepest secrets to their happiest moments. Zara was always there for Nia, offering support and advice whenever she needed it. But beneath the surface, Nia had begun to notice subtle changes in her husband's behavior. Kofi had become distant, often coming home late and making excuses about work. Nia tried to ignore the nagging feeling in her gut, but the unease continued to grow. One evening, while Kofi was supposedly working late, Nia decided to visit Zara. She needed someone to talk to, someone who would understand her worries. As she approached Zara's house, she heard laughter coming from inside. It was Kofi's laughter. Confused and curious, Nia peeked through the window and saw Kofi and Zara sitting close together, talking and laughing. Nia's heart sank. She couldn't believe what she was seeing. The 2 people she trusted the most were together, without her. She felt a wave of betrayal and anger wash over her, but she quickly composed herself. She needed to confront them, but she wanted to do it the right way. Nia decided to wait until Kofi came home. That night she lay in bed, pretending to be asleep when Kofi finally arrived. He slipped into bed beside her, smelling of Zara's perfume. Nia's heart ached, but she stayed silent, waiting for the right moment to reveal what she had seen. The next day, Nia went about her usual routine, but she couldn't shake the feeling of betrayal. She decided to confide in her grandmother, who was known for her wisdom and understanding. Her grandmother listened patiently as Nia poured out her heart. "Nia, my child," her grandmother said softly, "trust is the foundation of any relationship. If that trust is broken, it can be rebuilt, but it will take time and effort from both sides." Nia nodded, wiping away her tears. "But what if he doesn't want to rebuild it? What if he's already moved on?" Her grandmother took her hand and squeezed it gently. "Then you must be strong, my dear. You deserve to be with someone who values and respects you." Encouraged by her grandmother's words, Nia decided to confront Kofi that evening. She prepared a simple dinner and waited for him to come home. When he arrived, she invited him to sit down at the table. "Kofi," she began, trying to keep her voice steady, "we need to talk." Kofi looked surprised but nodded. "Of course, Nia. What's on your mind?" Nia took a deep breath. "I saw you with Zara last night. You were laughing and talking like you were more than just friends." Kofi's face paled and he looked down at his hands. "Nia, I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it to happen. Zara and we got close and it just happened." Tears filled Nia's eyes. "How could you do this to me, Kofi? To us, to our family?" Kofi reached out to touch her hand, but she pulled away. "Nia, please, let me explain. It was a mistake. I love you and the kids. I don't want to lose you." Nia shook her head, feeling a mix of anger and sadness. "You should have thought about that before betraying me with my best friend. How can I ever trust you again?" Kofi looked desperate. "I'll do whatever it takes to make it up to you, Nia. Please give me a chance." Nia stood up, her resolve hardening. "I need time to think, Kofi. I need to decide what's best for me and the children." She left the room, leaving Kofi sitting alone at the table, staring at his hands. Nia knew that her life was about to change drastically, but she was determined to come out stronger, no matter what happened. As the days passed, Nia focused on her children and sought comfort in her grandmother's wisdom. She avoided Zara, unable to face her friend after the betrayal. Nia knew that she had to make a decision about her marriage, but she needed more time to heal and reflect. One evening, while Nia was sitting by the fire, her grandmother joined her. "Nia, you have always been a strong and resilient woman. Whatever you decide, know that you have the strength to get through it." Nia nodded, feeling a sense of peace wash over her. She still had a long way to go, but she was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. In the heart of Makhanda, whispers of Nia's turmoil began to circulate. The village, known for its vibrant markets and communal gatherings, seemed to hum with an undercurrent of gossip. Nia, however, chose to focus on her children and her own healing, distancing herself from the prying eyes and curious whispers. One morning, as the first light of dawn crept into her home, Nia decided it was time to speak with Zara. The wound was still raw, but Nia needed answers. She walked through the village, her steps resolute. The air was crisp, carrying the scent of blooming flowers and distant cooking fires. When Nia arrived at Zara's home, she knocked firmly on the door. Zara opened it, her face a mask of guilt and regret. "Nia, Zara began, but Nia raised a hand to stop her. "I need to understand, Zara. How could you do this to me?" Nia's voice was calm, but there was an edge of steel in her words. Zara's eyes filled with tears. "Nia, I never meant to hurt you. It just happened. Kofi and I, we got carried away. I'm so sorry." Nia felt a pang of sadness, but she steeled herself. "I trusted you. You were like a sister to me. Now I don't know what to believe anymore." Zara reached out, but Nia stepped back. "Please, Nia, give me a chance to make it right. I value our friendship more than anything." Nia took a deep breath. "It will take time, Zara. Trust is not easily rebuilt. For now, I need space." Leaving Zara's house, Nia felt a mix of emotions. She walked through the village, absorbing the sights and sounds of everyday life, trying to find some semblance of peace. She knew she had to confront Kofi again, but she needed more time to gather her thoughts. A few days later, Kofi approached Nia in the small garden behind their home. "Nia, can we talk?" he asked, his voice filled with remorse. Nia nodded, gesturing for him to sit on the bench beside her. "I've been thinking a lot, Kofi, about us, about our family." Kofi's eyes were earnest. "I know I made a terrible mistake. I don't want to lose you or the kids. I'll do anything to prove that I'm committed to our marriage." Nia looked at him, searching for sincerity. "Actions speak louder than words, Kofi. You've hurt me deeply, and it will take a lot for me to trust you again." Kofi reached for her hand, and this time she let him. "I understand, Nia. I'll start by being honest with you. No more secrets." Over the next few weeks, Kofi made an effort to rebuild their relationship. He spent more time with the children, helped around the house, and tried to show Nia that he was committed to making amends. Nia appreciated his efforts, but the pain of his betrayal still lingered. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Nia's grandmother called for a family gathering. The elders of the village often held such gatherings to resolve conflicts and restore harmony. Nia felt a sense of apprehension, but knew that this was a necessary step. Under the ancient baobab tree, the village elders sat in a circle. Nia, Kofi, and Zara were invited to speak. Nia's grandmother began, her voice calm and wise. "We are here to heal, to find a way forward. Nia, Kofi, Zara, speak your truths." Nia spoke first, her voice steady. "I feel betrayed by the two people I trusted most. It will take time for me to heal, but I want to try, for the sake of our family and our community." Kofi followed, his voice filled with remorse. "I have made a grave mistake. I am committed to making amends and regaining Nia's trust." Finally, Zara spoke, tears streaming down her face. "I am deeply sorry for the pain I've caused. I hope to earn forgiveness in time." The elders listened, nodding thoughtfully. After a long silence, Nia's grandmother spoke again. "Healing takes time and effort from all sides. Let this be a new beginning, a chance to rebuild trust and strengthen our bonds." As the gathering concluded, Nia felt a sense of hope. The path to healing would be long and difficult, but she was willing to take the first steps. With the support of her family and community, she knew that they could overcome this betrayal and emerge stronger. As the days turned into weeks, Nia focused on rebuilding her life. She spent more time with her children, teaching them the values of honesty and trust. She also began to reconnect with Zara, slowly mending their fractured friendship. Nia and Kofi attended counseling sessions with the village elder, who helped them navigate their feelings and rebuild their relationship. It was not an easy process, but they were both committed to making it work. Through the support of her community and the strength within herself, Nia began to heal. She learned that forgiveness was not about forgetting, but about letting go of the pain and choosing to move forward. And so Nia, Kofi, and Zara began a new chapter in their lives, one that was built on honesty, trust, and the unbreakable bonds of family and friendship. The weeks rolled on, bringing subtle changes to the rhythm of life in Makanda. Nia, Kofi, and Zara continued their efforts to mend the broken trust, but the shadows of betrayal lingered. Every interaction was laden with unspoken words, each gesture measured and deliberate. One morning, Nia woke to find her grandmother sitting quietly by the window, her wise eyes reflecting the dawn's first light. The old woman motioned for Nia to join her. My dear, healing is a process, her grandmother began, her voice a soothing balm. You must not rush it, but you must also be open to the changes it brings. Nia nodded, absorbing her grandmother's wisdom. She knew she had to face her emotions head-on, to embrace the pain and allow it to transform her. Determined, she decided to seek guidance from the village's oldest healer, Mama Jomo, known for her profound knowledge of the human heart and spirit. The path to Mama Jomo's hut was lined with tall grasses swaying in the breeze. As Nia approached, she felt a sense of calm wash over her. Mama Jomo greeted her with a warm smile, her eyes twinkling with understanding. Nia, you have come to seek balance, Mama Jomo said, her voice rich with the cadence of ancient wisdom. To heal, you must reconnect with the earth, with your roots. Let us begin. Under Mama Jomo's guidance, Nia embarked on a series of rituals designed to cleanse her spirit and restore her inner harmony. They gathered herbs from the forest, each chosen for its unique properties, and prepared healing poultices. Nia learned the art of meditation, grounding herself in the present and letting go of the past. Meanwhile, Kofi sought his own path to redemption. He spent hours working alongside the village elders, helping to repair homes and build new structures. His actions spoke louder than words, demonstrating his commitment to change. The villagers, initially wary, began to see the sincerity in his efforts. Zara, too, found solace in service. She volunteered at the local school, teaching the children traditional songs and stories. Her laughter, once a source of pain for Nia, now brought joy to the community. Slowly, the bonds of friendship and trust began to weave themselves anew. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the village, Nia felt a sense of peace she hadn't experienced in months. She sat with her children, Amani and Kesia, watching them play and laugh. Their innocent joy was a reminder of the resilience of the human spirit. As night fell, Nia joined Kofi on the porch, the air filled with the sounds of crickets and distant drums. They sat in companionable silence, the weight of their shared past hanging between them. Kofi, Nia began softly, I can see the changes in you. I can see how hard you're trying. Kofi took her hand, his touch gentle. I will never stop trying, Nia. You and the children mean everything to me. Their conversation, though brief, was a step towards reconciliation. Each day brought new challenges, but also new opportunities for growth. Nia continued her sessions with Mama Jomo, delving deeper into the mysteries of the human heart. She learned to embrace her pain, to understand it, and ultimately to let it go. The village of Makhanda, with its vibrant tapestry of life, became a place of healing for all three. Nia, Kofi, and Zara found strength in their community, drawing on the support and wisdom of those around them. Their journey was far from over, but each step brought them closer to a place of understanding and forgiveness. As the days turned into weeks and then months, the scars of the past began to fade. Nia and Kofi's relationship, once fractured, grew stronger with each passing day. Zara, too, found her place once more in Nia's heart, their friendship renewed and fortified by the trials they had endured. The village, ever watchful and caring, celebrated their progress. The elders, with their timeless wisdom, offered guidance and support, ensuring that the lessons learned would not be forgotten. And so, life in Makhanda continued, a testament to the enduring power of love, forgiveness, and community. Nia, standing at the edge of the village one evening, looked out over the rolling hills and felt a profound sense of gratitude. The path ahead was still uncertain, but she knew that with the strength she had found within herself and the support of those she loved, she could face whatever came next. The healing was ongoing, but for the first time in a long while, Nia felt truly at peace. As the dry season gave way to the rains, the village of Makhanda came alive with renewed vigor. Fields turned green, and the rivers swelled with fresh water, breathing new life into the land. Nia found solace in the rhythms of the earth, her spirit buoyed by the sights and sounds of renewal. One morning, as the rain pattered gently on the thatched roofs, Nia received a visit from Kwame, an old friend of Kofi's. He carried with him an aura of seriousness that immediately caught Nia's attention. Nia, Kwame began, his voice grave, there is something you need to know. It concerns Kofi and Zara. Nia's heart skipped a beat, a mixture of fear and curiosity gripping her. What is it, Kwame? Please tell me. Kwame hesitated, then took a deep breath. I have known Kofi for many years. We grew up together, and I have always admired his strength and loyalty. But recently, I discovered that Zara's involvement with Kofi was not entirely her fault. She was coerced. Nia's eyes widened in shock. Coerced? What do you mean? Kwame explained that Kofi had been under pressure from an outside influence, someone who had threatened their family if he didn't comply. This person had a deep grudge against Kofi, stemming from an old rivalry. Nia listened in stunned silence, her mind racing to piece together this new information. I know this is difficult to hear, Kwame continued, but I believe Kofi was trying to protect you and the children. He never wanted to hurt you. Nia felt a whirlwind of emotions, anger, confusion, and a glimmer of hope. She needed to speak with Kofi to understand the full extent of the situation. That evening, as the rain continued to fall, Nia and Kofi sat together by the fire. The flickering flames cast shadows on their faces, adding to the intensity of the moment. Kofi, I spoke with Kwame today, Nia began, her voice steady but filled with emotion. He told me about the threats, about why you did what you did. Kofi's shoulders sagged, and he looked into the fire, his eyes reflecting the flickering light. I wanted to protect you, Nia. I thought if I complied we would be safe, but in doing so I lost your trust and caused you immense pain. I'm sorry. Nia reached out, placing a hand on Kofi's arm. Why didn't you tell me? We could have faced it together. Kofi shook his head. I was afraid of what might happen to you and the children. I thought I was shielding you, but I realize now that I only made things worse. Nia felt a tear roll down her cheek, but she quickly brushed it away. We must face this together, Kofi. Whatever the threat, we will stand united. With renewed determination, Nia and Kofi decided to confront the person behind the threats. They sought the help of the village elders, who agreed to mediate and provide protection. The elders, wise and experienced, formulated a plan to expose the culprit and bring them to justice. The following days were tense, filled with anticipation and preparation. Nia and Kofi leaned on each other for support, their bond growing stronger with each passing day. Zara too offered her help, wanting to make amends for her part in the ordeal. When the day of reckoning arrived, the village gathered under the great baobab tree. The air was thick with expectation, and a sense of unity pervaded the crowd. The elders called forth the person behind the threats, revealing him to be a disgruntled former friend of Kofi's, seeking revenge for a perceived slight from years past. The confrontation was intense but controlled. The elders, with their calm authority, managed to extract a confession. The man admitted to his actions, and the village, united in their judgment, decided on a fair but firm punishment. Justice was served, and the threat to Nia's family was eliminated. In the aftermath, Nia, Kofi, and Zara found themselves surrounded by the support and love of their community. The bonds that had been strained were now stronger than ever, forged in the fire of adversity. As life in Makhanda returned to its peaceful rhythm, Nia felt a deep sense of gratitude. She had faced her fears, confronted the truth, and emerged with a renewed sense of purpose. The future, though uncertain, was filled with promise and the enduring strength of family and friendship. The village of Makhanda basked in a newfound sense of tranquility. With the threat that had loomed over them now dispelled, life began to settle into a peaceful rhythm once more. Nia, Kofi, and Zara found solace in the simplicity of their daily routines, each step forward a testament to their resilience. One bright morning, Nia stood at the edge of her garden, watching her children play. The sight filled her heart with a quiet joy. Amani and Kezia, unaware of the turmoil that had gripped their family, laughed and chased each other with the abandon only children possess. Kofi joined her, placing a gentle hand on her shoulder. They are happy, he said, his voice filled with warmth. We have come through the storm, and now we must focus on nurturing this peace. Nia nodded, a smile playing at the corners of her lips. Yes, we have been given a second chance. Let's make the most of it. Their reconciliation, though hard-earned, brought a deeper understanding of each other. They spent their days working side by side, strengthening the foundation of their relationship. Kofi continued his efforts in the village, helping wherever he could, while Nia found new ways to contribute, sharing her knowledge of herbal remedies and healing practices. Zara too was on a path of redemption. She dedicated herself to the community, her actions reflecting her desire to rebuild the trust she had lost. One afternoon, she approached Nia with a hesitant smile. Nia, I've been thinking, Zara began, her eyes earnest. I want to start a new project, something that can benefit the entire village. I was hoping you might join me. Nia's curiosity was piqued. What do you have in mind? I want to create a communal garden, Zara explained, a place where we can grow food and medicinal plants, and where everyone can come together to work and learn. It could be a way for us to heal and grow stronger as a community. The idea resonated with Nia. She saw in it an opportunity not only for physical sustenance, but also for emotional and spiritual growth. I think that's a wonderful idea, Zara. Let's do it. With renewed energy, Nia and Zara set to work. They enlisted the help of their neighbors, and soon the project took shape. The garden became a symbol of hope and renewal, a testament to the village's resilience. The communal garden thrived, its vibrant colors and rich scents drawing people from all corners of Makhanda. As they worked together, planting seeds and tending to the earth, the villagers found a sense of unity and purpose. Laughter and stories filled the air, weaving a tapestry of shared experiences and collective healing. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the garden, Nia gathered with Kofi, Zara, and the children. They sat together, their faces lit by the soft light of the setting sun. "This garden," Nia said, her voice filled with emotion, "is more than just a place to grow food. It is a symbol of our strength, our ability to come together and create something beautiful out of adversity." Kofi nodded, his eyes reflecting the pride he felt. "We have all played a part in this. It is a reminder that no matter what challenges we face, we can overcome them by standing together." Zara smiled, her heart filled with gratitude. "Thank you, Nia, for believing in me, for giving me a chance to make things right." Nia reached out and took Zara's hand. "We all make mistakes, Zara. What matters is how we learn from them and move forward. Together, we are stronger." As the stars began to twinkle in the night sky, the village of Makhanda celebrated their unity and resilience. The communal garden flourished, a living testament to the strength of their bonds and the power of forgiveness. Nia, Kofi, and Zara continued to build their lives, drawing strength from each other and their community. They knew that challenges would come, but they were ready to face them with courage and determination, knowing that they were not alone. In the heart of Makhanda, under the vast African sky, the spirit of unity and renewal thrived, lighting the way for future generations. As the seasons turned, the village of Makhanda prepared for one of its most cherished events, the Festival of Ancestors. This annual celebration honored those who had come before, a time for storytelling, music, and dance. It was a moment for the community to come together, reflecting on their heritage and strengthening the bonds that held them. Nia and her family were deeply involved in the preparations. She and Zara worked side by side, weaving intricate patterns into the traditional garments they would wear. The rhythmic sound of the loom was accompanied by soft chatter and laughter, a testament to the mending of their friendship. On the eve of the festival, the village square was transformed into a vibrant tapestry of colors. Lanterns hung from trees, their light casting a warm glow over the gathering crowd. The scent of roasting meat and freshly baked bread filled the air, mingling with the sweet fragrance of blooming flowers. Kofi, along with other men of the village, constructed a grand stage for the storytellers and musicians. As he worked, he felt a deep sense of pride in his community and the rich traditions they upheld. He knew that this festival was more than a celebration. It was a reminder of their shared history and the resilience that defined them. As night fell, the villagers gathered around the stage, their faces illuminated by the flickering lanterns. The elder of the village, a man known for his wisdom and deep connection to their ancestors, stepped forward to address the crowd. "Tonight, we honor those who came before us," he began, his voice carrying over the hushed crowd. "Through their stories, we remember our roots and find strength in our heritage. Let us celebrate their legacy with joy and gratitude." The festivities began with a series of traditional dances, each movement telling a story of love, struggle, and triumph. Nia and Zara joined in, their feet moving in sync with the rhythmic beats of the drums. The energy of the dance flowed through them, a powerful reminder of their connection to the past and to each other. As the night progressed, storytellers took the stage, weaving tales of bravery and wisdom. One by one, they recounted the exploits of legendary ancestors, their voices painting vivid pictures in the minds of the listeners. The children, including Amani and Kezia, sat wide-eyed, absorbing the rich tapestry of their heritage. Nia watched her children, her heart swelling with pride. She knew that these stories would shape their understanding of who they were and where they came from. It was a gift she was grateful to pass on. In a quiet moment between performances, Kofi took Nia's hand and led her away from the crowd. They walked together to the edge of the village, where the sounds of the festival faded into the night. "Nia," Kofi said, his voice soft, "I want you to know how much I appreciate your strength and forgiveness. This past year has been difficult, but it has also shown me the depth of your love and resilience." Nia looked into Kofi's eyes, feeling a surge of emotion. "We have both grown, Kofi. We have faced our challenges and come out stronger. I am proud of us, of what we have built together." They stood in silence for a moment, the stars above them a silent witness to their bond. The sounds of the festival drifted back to them, a reminder of the community that had supported them through their trials. Returning to the celebration, Nia and Kofi rejoined their friends and family. The music and laughter enveloped them, a comforting embrace that spoke of unity and shared joy. Zara, seeing them approach, waved them over to join in a new dance that had begun. As the night wore on, the festival reached its peak with a grand performance by the village's most revered musician. His fingers danced over the strings of his instrument, creating melodies that spoke of ancient times and timeless truths. The villagers listened in rapt silence, their hearts and minds attuned to the music's message. In the final moments of the festival, the elder returned to the stage, a serene smile on his face. "Let us remember," he said, "that our strength lies in our unity, our resilience, and our ability to forgive and move forward. May the spirit of our ancestors guide us, and may we honor their legacy through our actions." As the festival came to a close, Nia felt a profound sense of peace and connection. She knew that the path ahead would not be without its challenges, but she also knew that with the support of her family and community, they would continue to thrive and grow. The village of Makanda, under the watchful eyes of the ancestors and the stars, remained a beacon of hope and unity, its people bound by the enduring ties of tradition and love. The village of Makanda thrived under the warm embrace of the African sun. Fields were lush with crops, and the sounds of laughter and music filled the air. Nia and Kofi had settled into a harmonious routine, their bond fortified by the trials they had overcome. Zara, now an integral part of their family, continued to work alongside Nia in the communal garden, their friendship deepening with each passing day. One afternoon, as Nia was tending to the medicinal herbs, she noticed a stranger approaching the village. The man was tall and slender, with a weathered face that spoke of many travels. He wore simple clothes, but his bearing was that of someone with great knowledge and experience. Nia called out to Kofi, who was working nearby. "Kofi, look, we have a visitor." Kofi looked up and saw the man, his curiosity piqued. He walked over to the stranger and greeted him with a warm smile. "Welcome to Makanda. I am Kofi. How can we help you?" The man returned the smile, though it was tinged with exhaustion. "Thank you, Kofi. My name is Jabulani. I am a traveler, and I have heard much about the wisdom and hospitality of your village. I seek rest and perhaps a chance to share my knowledge with your people." Nia joined them, intrigued by the newcomer's presence. "You are welcome here, Jabulani. Please come and rest. We would love to hear your stories and learn from your experiences." Jabulani was given a place to stay in the heart of the village. Over the next few days, he shared fascinating tales of distant lands, ancient customs, and forgotten lore. The villagers gathered each evening around the fire, captivated by his words. One night, as the fire crackled and the stars shone brightly above, Jabulani shared a particularly poignant story. "Long ago," he began, "in a village not unlike this one, there lived a healer named Ayo. She was known far and wide for her wisdom and kindness. One day, a terrible drought struck the land and the people were desperate for relief." The villagers listened intently, their faces illuminated by the flickering flames. "Ayo decided to seek the help of the ancestors," Jabulani continued. "She ventured into the sacred forest, where she meditated and prayed for guidance. After several days, she received a vision. The spirits told her to find a rare flower that bloomed only once every 100 years. This flower held the power to bring rain." The children, including Amani and Kezia, leaned forward, their eyes wide with anticipation. "Ayo embarked on a perilous quest to find the flower," Jabulani said, his voice softening. "She faced many challenges, but her determination never wavered. Finally, she found the flower and brought it back to her village. She brewed a potion and poured it onto the parched earth. Within moments, dark clouds gathered and the skies opened up. The rains came, and the village was saved." As the story ended, a hush fell over the crowd. Nia felt a deep connection to Ayo's story, recognizing the parallels in her own life. She glanced at Kofi, who squeezed her hand in silent support. The following day, Jabulani approached Nia and Kofi as they worked in the garden. "I have been observing your village," he said thoughtfully. "You have a strong community here, but I sense there is more you can do. There is a technique I learned in my travels that could help you yield even greater harvests and improve the health of your crops." Nia and Kofi were eager to learn. Jabulani spent the next several weeks teaching them sustainable farming practices, soil enrichment techniques, and the art of companion planting. The villagers embraced these new methods, and soon the gardens flourished like never before. The sense of unity and purpose in Makhanda grew stronger with each passing day. Jabulani's presence had brought not only knowledge, but also a renewed sense of hope and possibility. The villagers worked together, their collective efforts resulting in bountiful harvests and a thriving community. One evening, as the sun set in a blaze of colors, Jabulani gathered the village for a special announcement. "My friends, it is time for me to continue my travels," he said, his voice tinged with both sadness and gratitude. "I have learned much from you, and I hope I have left you with valuable knowledge in return." The villagers, though saddened by his departure, were grateful for the gifts he had shared. Naya, Kofi, and Zara stood together, reflecting on the profound impact Jabulani had on their lives. As Jabulani prepared to leave, Nia approached him with a small bundle. "This is for you," she said, handing him a collection of herbs and seeds from their garden. "A token of our gratitude. May it remind you of your time here and the friends you have made." Jabulani smiled, accepting the gift with a nod. "Thank you, Nia. I will carry a piece of Makhanda with me wherever I go." With heartfelt farewells, Jabulani departed, leaving behind a village forever changed by his wisdom and kindness. The lessons he shared continued to bear fruit, enriching the lives of all who called Makhanda home. As the days turned into weeks, Nia, Kofi, and Zara found themselves reflecting on the deeper meaning of Jabulani's visit. They realized that their strength lay not only in their resilience, but also in their openness to new ideas and their willingness to grow together. The village of Makhanda, nourished by the wisdom of the past and the knowledge of the present, thrived in the embrace of community and the enduring power of shared purpose. With the harvest season approaching, the village of Makhanda buzzed with anticipation. The fields were abundant, the communal garden thriving more than ever thanks to Jabulani's teachings. The air was filled with the promise of celebration as the villagers prepared for the grand harvest festival, a time to give thanks and honor the earth's bounty. Nia, Kofi, and Zara were at the center of the preparations. Nia's children, Amani and Kesia, ran around excitedly, helping wherever they could. The spirit of unity that had grown stronger with each challenge faced now flourished fully, drawing everyone into its warm embrace. One crisp morning, as the sun painted the horizon with hues of gold and crimson, the villagers gathered in the central square. The harvest festival was a time for joyous feasting, vibrant dances, and heartfelt gratitude. Elders sat in a place of honor, their wisdom guiding the younger generations. The aroma of roasted meats and fresh bread wafted through the air, mingling with the sweet scent of flowers. The festivities began with a series of traditional dances. Nia and Zara led the women in a dance that celebrated the earth's fertility, their movements graceful and filled with reverence. Kofi and the other men performed a vigorous dance, symbolizing strength and protection. The children, dressed in colorful attire, joined in with giggles and energetic steps, their laughter echoing across the square. As the dances concluded, the village elder, with a voice that commanded respect and admiration, stepped forward to speak. "Today, we celebrate not just the harvest but the bonds that tie us together. Through trials and triumphs we have remained strong, and for that, we give thanks." He gestured to Nia, Kofi, and Zara, who stood side by side. "These three have shown us the power of forgiveness, resilience, and unity. Their story is a testament to the strength of our community." Nia felt a wave of emotion wash over her as the villagers erupted in applause. She looked at Kofi and Zara, feeling a deep sense of gratitude for their journey together. They had faced betrayal, sought redemption, and ultimately found a deeper connection that transcended their past struggles. The elder continued, his voice filled with warmth. "Let us remember that our strength lies in our unity. As we share this feast, let us also share our hearts, our stories, and our dreams for the future." The feast began, a glorious spread of food laid out on long tables. Villagers shared dishes prepared with love and care, each bite a celebration of the earth's abundance. Laughter and conversation flowed freely, weaving a tapestry of connection and joy. As the sun set, painting the sky with shades of orange and purple, a hush fell over the crowd. The elder raised his hands for silence and then began to chant an ancient prayer of thanksgiving. The villagers joined in, their voices rising in harmonious reverence. The prayer, passed down through generations, was a reminder of their roots and the enduring spirit of their ancestors. After the prayer, the evening continued with storytelling. Elders recounted tales of old, their voices rich with emotion and experience. Nia listened, holding Amani and Keisha close, feeling the weight and beauty of her heritage. She realized that these stories, these moments of shared history, were what made their community strong. As the night grew darker, the villagers gathered around the fire, the flames casting a warm glow on their faces. The children's eyes sparkled with excitement as they awaited the next storyteller. Nia glanced at Kofi, who nodded with a smile, encouraging her to share a story of her own. Taking a deep breath, Nia stood and began to speak. There was once a woman named Ayo, a healer known for her wisdom and kindness. In a time of great need, she embarked on a perilous quest to find a rare flower that could bring rain to her drought-stricken village. Despite the challenges she faced, Ayo's determination never wavered. She returned with the flower, and her village was saved by the rains that followed. Nia paused, looking around at the attentive faces. Ayo's story reminds us of the strength we have within us. We may face hardships and betrayal, but it is through our resilience and unity that we find our way forward. As she finished, the villagers erupted in applause, their appreciation echoing in the night. Nia felt a sense of accomplishment, knowing that her words had touched their hearts. The night wore on with more stories, music, and dance. Nia, Kofi, and Zara found themselves surrounded by friends and family, their spirits lifted by the shared celebration. The bond between them had grown unbreakable, forged in the fire of their trials and strengthened by their collective efforts to heal and grow. As the fire burned low and the villagers began to drift back to their homes, Nia took a moment to reflect on the journey they had undertaken. She felt a deep sense of peace, knowing that they had not only survived but thrived. The lessons they had learned, the bonds they had strengthened, and the community they had built would carry them forward into whatever the future held. Under the vast African sky filled with stars that whispered the stories of their ancestors, Makhanda stood as a testament to the enduring power of unity and resilience. Nia, Kofi, and Zara, surrounded by the love and support of their village, faced the future with hope and courage, ready to continue the legacy of strength and togetherness that defined their home. And so, as the first light of dawn broke over the horizon, the village of Makhanda welcomed a new day, filled with promise and the unshakable spirit of a community united by love, trust, and an unwavering bond.